somebody that didn't sign up for this that's on this bus?
Cubic feet per second, which is about 50 million gallons of water a day going by. This is an Obermeyer weir, so basically the main channel inside of there is where the water is gravity fed into the raw water pump house, which has these cement tiles roughly 10 foot diameter and about 30 foot deep, so they're stacked going down in. So they go clear down vertically into the Earth's surface there. There's a pipe that gravity feeds the water into there, and we have pumps. Depending on what pump ratio, we do a configuration that turn around and it pumps the water up to that brick building up there. So we'll get more into that when we get up above. But as for the intake area here, it has fish passages. You'll see these cut out notches in here that allow during low water flows to help the fish flow through. You know, we're good stewards of the earth, you know, and wildlife and everything like that. Graham asked me earlier about during the big rain events we just recently had in the month of November. I think we had a little over 29 inches of rain in 1 month. So we, you know, our job is to remove the turbidity, you know, all the particulates, any type of anything that's bad for you per se, out of the water. So it can be challenging when you have a lot of turbidity. You know, we call it NTU, which is an ethylmetric turbidity unit, and that's what we do a count in, and it's light refracting. So basically, you know, we can go from 1,000 NTU, which is really high, and we have an infiltration gallery. So if we pinch back the flow, if you can picture that pipe going in underground into that building there, we can actually take it, and we have a butterfly valve in there which turns, which will modulate, and it will reduce the flow of the amount of creek water, and there's streams buried underneath the ground here. So we're actually able to use like a groundwater that's been filtered by the earth, which is one of the best filters there is. So we're able to reduce the load of solids that we're putting into the plant, which in return decreases the amount of coagulant which we use, which is aluminum sulfate, and it's a positively charged chemical because water is naturally negatively charged. So I don't know if you guys have ever played with magnets where you try to put the magnets together and they want to push off of each other. Well, this is like flipping that magnet around and getting it to stick. So if we're using too much of the coagulant, it will do the same thing as not having any. It will repel from each other. So we use a Chemtrek, we use jar testing and other means to figure out how much we need to use, which you'll get an example of in the lab when we make it up there. So is there any questions on this part?
So they can take the groundwater here and they can mix it with this water to not have to treat it as much because the groundwater is so purified already.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a unique feature of this water treatment plant, and you know that means they don't have to use as much aluminum sulfate.
Yeah, and chlorine as well.
Chlorine, yeah.
Which is good for us, but you know, the more that we can reduce, just the better off it is.
Yeah.
So. And it's cheaper, cost effectively, and everything else without the added chemicals.
Half gallons, I've got a certain amount of dirt that comes down the creek. You really see it when it's raining. The creek's brown, right? Well, that dirt can't go to town. It'll make you sick. And so what we do is we trap that. This plant traps it. They'll go into these ponds and it'll settle out. So this whole process, this whole plant's process is to remove soils, dirt, soils, bacteria, any of that type of stuff, and to keep them here so they don't go to town. Well, it ends up in those ponds where those two round things are. Mm-hmm. After it goes through the filter. We can. It gets us out of sequence, but we can. Oh, okay. But this can get boring just going. All right. Yeah. By the time the rain hits up there and it gets less, I'm talking maybe a day. Water goes up into that tower there, and it flows down and comes up from the bottom of these things. And this is trapping quite a bit of stuff. Quite a bit of stuff gets trapped in these guys, and then what we can do is we can run it backwards, and that actually flows down to those ponds. So anything this thing traps will go down there, and this might get up to half the dirt might get trapped in these things. So that way we don't have to do it later. So we got to get that out there. From there it goes down.
You're basically dead. So,